Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I'm having a few technical issues. Uh, so apologies for the late start. It was good to see quite a few people in the chat already. So I hope you're all doing well. So this is a bit of an impromptu last minute live stream here on No Man's Land. It's similar to last time I did one. Struggling to get today's video done in time. Not wanting to not do something this evening. So I thought I'd do a live stream on No Man's Land to get a bit more work done that I would be doing off camera between episodes, and also a few of those other little jobs I want to do that I probably won't get around to doing otherwise. So yeah, we'll get started in a bit. I'll just catch up with, see who's in chat. Let me just turn the time up a little bit. So unfortunately the way this has worked out, where we are now on the current save is after the next episode on No Man's Land, which should have been today's video. So that should be up tomorrow. So there is some stuff that you'll see that I've did in the last episode. So if you want to see a bit more about that, or leave it for the video, I don't know. Let me know. I could show you around what I've done, but it would potentially spoil what's coming up in the video. But let me know in the comments. So just try and catch up. I think I'm going to go back quite a bit. There's quite a few people here waiting a bit early, so apologies for that. So I've got Charlie Boy saying hi, Rocket Kid, Stephen Brown saying enjoy the channel, thank you for that. Peter saying hi, hey to you. Global Jens 15 saying hi everybody, how are you all doing today? Well, I'm doing very well and I hope you are too, and welcome to the stream. A few people saying when's it starting now. Global Jens saying I love Sim Farmers content and I love SS22. I appreciate the kind words. DM5 saying a quarter bass, that is £11. Nice one. And hello to you as well. Storm Calls in the chat saying hello there. Hey to you, hope you're doing well. Matt Zensky, I always get your name wrong. Saying hello, hey to you and welcome to the stream. Good to see you in the chat again. And I hope you're doing well. Shadow Wolf saying hi. DM5 saying hi. Boss 2 saying sup, hey to you and good to see you again, and I hope you're doing well as well. Martin is saying hello Sim Farmer, saying hi to you. Right, where am I now? Goldie Deluxe is in the chat saying howdy, hey to you and good to see you in the chat again, and I hope you're doing well as well. Thomas V saying hi Sim, hey to you. OxyDNA saying hi Sim, no worries. And Olaf saying I hope you will get better. I think he's talking to DM Fire, who unfortunately is broken their leg, so sorry to hear that, and yes, all best wishes for a speedy recovery. Artishka Model saying where are you from? I am from the United Kingdom. Million saying hey Sim, hey to you. Franco saying hello Sim, hey to you as well. Luke saying hey. Will you do a farm tour? Yeah, we can start off with farm tour. I meant to do one last time we streamed on here, and I completely forgot to actually do it. There's a few things I said I'd do before the end of the stream and completely forgot. Toys Van Den Top saying any idea what you're doing after No Man's Land? Oh, why's my screen just gone black? Oh, for some reason my game's closed down. Okay, not sure why that's just closed down. For some reason Farming Simulator just randomly closed down. I have no idea why. Strange, I don't think I've ever had that problem before. We'll jump back in. Any idea? No, I'm still not sure yet, so if you do have any suggestions then please let me know and I'll start looking at maps soon. Obviously there is a chance that a new map may come out in the next few weeks before we do finish up, but I will start looking at a few maps. Excuse me. Yeah, hopefully we don't have an issue where the game closes down again. I'm not sure why it did that. A bit random. Storm saying I like the surprise streams. Yeah, it's always handy when you're all set up and ready to go. You can just like stream at short notice. It's handy if you're struggling to get videos out, because it's much easier to do a stream than get a video edited, rendered, uploaded in a short space of time. Artishka saying call in from Canada, and Yannick saying hello Sim, my idol. Oh, thank you for that and welcome to the stream. Boss 2 saying I think FS has its own plans. Probably. Matt saying I've enjoyed watching. I've been enjoying the Osada map. Yeah, I did look at that one previously, but I haven't like had a proper look around at it. Yannick saying when you started a new game Wilhelmina 22. I don't know if I'll do Wilhelmina 22, although I keep getting a lot of people asking if I will. But at the moment I'd rather try out a new map. Something different that I haven't done before. Although Wilhelmina is similar to this, if I was to do it again it'd be a completely different playthrough to how I did it last time. Especially if I was to use the new 22 version rather than the 19 version of the map, because it's already got the road in between the different sell points and sawmill. So it would be completely different, but yeah, I don't know if I'd do it again at the moment. Luke saying yeah, dang 500 hours. Yeah, I literally went past 500 hours on the recording the last episode, I think it was. Vargas View saying hey Sim, love your streams and videos. Hi from Moscow. Hey to you and welcome to the stream. Daniel saying hi man, again live till 12. 12 European time. Yeah, I don't know if I'll go to 12 my time. Killed me last time. Steve is in the chat saying good evening Sim, just watching while recording the video. Nice one, I hope you're doing well, good to see you in the chat. Storm saying I hope you find a map where you can start with doing contracts. Yeah, I think that's where I'm more aiming for, is one where I can start off with no land, no equipment, and then same as Ravensburg and do contracts, but it needs to be a map that has decent contracts on and a lot of contracts. Some maps I've tried in the past where I've looked at, there's been like slim pickings on contracts. The land's been far too expensive to get going, and it just doesn't make for a good map to start on like that. DM Fire saying I'm playing Watch Dogs 2. Nice one. I've never finished that. Danielle saying yeah, we'll get that. Right, so we'll start off. We'll have a quick look around the farm. I did check. I'm presuming you can all hear me okay anyway, because one of the technical issues was the microphone. I changed the microphone position, put it on a new stand, and I couldn't get it to actually work properly. Hopefully you can hear it all, and all the sounds are okay. It seems to be showing up for me anyway. So, right, what we'll do is we'll enable flight mode. And we'll have a quick look around. You can see what I've been up to. Framro saying hey Sim, hey to you, and good to see you in the chat again. I hope you're doing well. Steve is saying can hear you perfectly. Nice one. Mike saying hey Sim, love your videos, greetings from Belgium. Well, greetings to you and welcome to the stream. Artishka, how many hours you play on this map? Just over 500 hours on this map now. I think it's about 503 hours or something like that. Oh, not what I need to do. 508, is it that much? I have spent quite a lot today. I think I was on here for about 5 hours earlier, so that's probably about right. That's why my video, I couldn't get my video done, because I spent so much time skipping through from, I think it was January. I think I skipped pretty much straight through January to February, recorded the episode, and then I'll skip through to April. What am I looking for? Would help. I need to put my manual direction control on, so I can use my steering wheel. Right, so I'll go around some of the new areas. There are some bits on the way I may talk about what we're going to put in. So one thing I have done, this was something I wanted to do the last stream but didn't get time to do, so I have added an extra house next to mine. This one is the one that generates income each month, so it's like a rental income from that one. And that's something I wanted to do in the last stream, but I never got around to doing. And that's not something I did in video either. I did that between recording. And I've just realised I've still left my combine over by that field. We'll get that back to the shop and get it cleaned off. That was from when I finished the corn harvest. I completely forgot it was still there. So down here we've got a few houses I built. These were built off camera as well in between episodes, just to add some housing for workers and stuff. So sheep farm and small chicken coop. We've probably got quite a few pallets of water move. And our big grass field, well, mainly big grass field for the sheep. So while we're here, we'll do a bit of work. I'll get these pallets moved out of the way. So the plan for the horses, because I'm on the final year now, we do need to get the horses in because they're the last animals to do. So the horses will probably go over the road here. So I'll build the stables or pasture paddock, and then probably do another grass field this side as well, as the horses have got like an open field to roam around in and to exercise in. So that'll probably be built here, and I want to try and get that done very soon as well, so that may be in the next episode I do, just because I want to try and get them in. I know I'm not going to profit from the horses now, but I do find horses are a waste of time anyway. So one of the reasons why I've left them so late was because I just don't think that was worth the investment early on. And now I'm making quite a lot of money. I mean, I'm currently making from the BGA, so you can see our biogas income. So December's 307,000. So I have added an extra network distributor because I don't think I'm going to get through all the electrical charge otherwise before we finish. So last month I made 445,000 in 1 month from the BGA, and that's pretty much how much I should make now for the rest of the playthrough. So yeah, we're making a lot of money. As you can see, we're up to 1.4 million, and I think I finished the episode before last on, I'm trying to think how much I started when I was recording, about 200,000 I think. So we are making a hell of a lot of money now. I don't think we'll finish with as much as I did on No Man's Land 19. I think I had well over 10 million actually in the bank by the end of that. Rinder T2 saying, hey Sim, did you get the Pumps and Hoses DLC? Yes, we used that on Tuesday night stream on Calmlands. So we was playing around with the pumps and hoses. One of the reasons why this video didn't get out is I spent a few hours yesterday recording with the pumps and hoses enabled, and I tried to build a BGA from the pumps and hoses on here. One of the issues I had was I had to remove the production revamp mod because it had a conflict with it. That's now been updated, but that completely messed up all my productions by removing that mod, because I could no longer disable what products were going to which places, and I ended up with products going to places I didn't want them to. And then when I built the BGA, it seemed to not want to work properly because I'd got the industrial BGA, which I think was confusing it where the methane was going and how it was all working, so it didn't seem to be functioning properly. So I ended up scrapping the 2 and a bit hours I'd recorded, reloading the backup save game, and then starting again this morning without the pumps and hoses on here. But I still got some slight problems, like some of the buildings have got honey that have been sent there, because when I removed the production revamp mod, it pretty much set everything from the productions to distribute, and before I could go round and try and change them, and some things you can't stop them going, because you want them to distribute to some places but not others. Base game, there is no way to disable products going to buildings you don't want them to go to, which was a bit of a pain. So I think one of my buildings has got a few thousand litres of honey that I can't like use unless I enable a production I don't really want to do. So we can get this pallet out of the way. I think we do have quite a big excess of wool now, because we're producing way more wool than the spinnery can actually process. So I think we may have a big surplus of wool in here. Yeah, we've got 61,454 litres of wool. The spinnery is pretty much full with 50,000 litres as well. So we do have a bit of excess wool we can sell. Rocket Kid saying, "Hey Sim Farmer, love your content, keep up the good work." Well, thank you for that. Peter saying, "I'm going to get an Xbox Series S and X and X." Is that one for one room, one for another room? I used to have an Xbox One, and then I had an Xbox One, One S in the other room. So when my wife was at work, I could play on the big TV in the living room without having to swap the Xbox over between rooms. Right, so that's all the pallets. Do we have any eggs we need to move yet? A couple of egg pallets. So I'll get these shifted out of the way, and then we'll check the sheep's water as well, because they may need topping up. I just noticed that. I have removed the animated gate mod as well, because it started to annoy me more than it was beneficial. It's a good mod, but without any way of disabling certain doors in game for it to work on, it just became a bit more of an annoyance than it was handy to have. So I've removed that. Boss 2 saying maybe build a second spinnery. I could do, but I don't think I'd really benefit much from that at this point. If I was doing another year or two, then to be honest, what I could probably do is replace the spinnery I've got with the one from the packing production mod, which is a much faster processing rate, and then it'd probably get through all that wool within a month or two. The only downside, which I don't get with the packing facility mod, is why there's not an uprated tailor shop included in it. I've got a spinnery that's got ramped up production, a grain mill, a carpentry shop, a dairy, but I can't understand why they didn't do a ramped up tailor shop as well. It would have been handy to have. Framber saying, "Hey Sim, what are you doing in today's video?" We'll just have a look around the farm, and there's a few jobs I want to try and get done. A bit similar to last time I was on here, and just do things I wouldn't necessarily do in video. So there's a few fields I need to spray with herbicide, which I was going to do off camera anyway, because I don't think I'd find the time to do them in the video, and I keep forgetting to do them as well. I'm going to end up skipping through time without doing them. So their water's fine, their feed's fine. Just check these. So they're fine for food. So yeah, the sheep farm won't get any more changes to it now. That's pretty much how it's going to stay as it is now. But I was planning on getting a smaller tractor over here and getting its own mowing equipment. So having its own like small mower, tedder, windrower, and a baler that stayed over here for doing hay. But I don't think I'll get to that point now. Oh, wrong side. Forget this is right hand drive. Framber saying, "I hope you're good, Sim." I am very well, thank you. Oh, my steering wheel stopped working again. I'm getting really fed up with this LG hub thing. Right, there we go. So yeah, the next thing over in this area with the horses, which I'll try and get done in the next video, so they'll be just opposite there. Can't just pop on the steering wheel then. Hoonigan Farmer saying pitter padder. Okay. TC Agri's in the chat. How are you? Good to see you again, and I hope you're doing well. Saying hi, Sim. Leon, what graphics card? I currently have a NVIDIA RTX 3080 Ti in this current build. I'm not planning on replacing that anytime soon, to be honest. Not with the prices of the new series, 40 series. Right, so this is another area I've added a little bit to off camera. Just a few decorative things. So I did do the industrial bakery in a video. I've just added a few random bits of decoration, like a few trucks about, a few trailers and stuff, and a fuel point as well for fueling up the trucks there. A little car parking area for workers, and a few barriers just to keep that separated, and a few security huts. So nothing major around here. I think I was going to put a wash area in here so we could wash the semis off and like service them in the garage, and then park some of the trailers in there as well that we use. Jesse saying hi, how are you? Good to see you in the chat again. Nick saying how many hours do you have in game? In total in game, over 1,000 hours now. I can't remember how many exactly. So I've got my scanner over here. This has got 50,000 litres of furniture loaded up, ready to go. And a load more pallets ready. So I built the pallet storage. So all of our end products from the base game anyway, it doesn't take modded pallets, but all our furniture, chocolates, cloves, I'm trying to think what else we've got that's end of line. Honey I think is sent here as well. So basically all of the like end of line products from the base game that we can send here now spawn here, so I don't have to drive around all to the different production buildings to get these. I can load them all up from this one place. So this is, where are we? I've gone past it I think. No, I've lost it. Oh, there, the pallet storage and logistics warehouse. So we've got on this one, we've got bread. So all our bread from the industrial bakery is sent here now. So we've got 31,886 litres waiting to be sold. The cake from the smaller bakery also comes here now. The clothes from the tailor shop, so we've got 9,000 litres in there from that. The honey from the honey warehouse was sent here, but I've only got 4,000. I did have about 40,000 litres. So honey was the one thing that really messed up when I removed the production revamp mod. Sunflower oil, canola oil is also sent here. Olive oil is distributed to the pizza shop, the pizza production, and the food production for salad. Strawberries, excess strawberries are also sent here now, because I'm producing way more strawberries than I can use at the bakery. And then chocolate and furniture. So I can now load these all up from this one place. Aramo 1026 saying hello Sim, hey to you. Mickey Gaming saying hey, evening Sim, evening to you and welcome to the stream. I've never played Apex Legends at all, and never mind on this channel. Never even considered playing it, to be honest with you. Trying to think what else there was. Yeah, there's a couple of new productions I put in the last video. Mickey Game saying, would you say Pumps and Hoses is worth it for the price? I think it's the best DLC that's the best DLC so far for FS22. I do kind of think how much it's going to get used though, because it is a lot more work to put slurry on your field than using some of the other stuff. So I can see why a lot of people will be put off using it, but it's fun to use and have a go at. But is it worth the money in the long run? I don't know. Depends how much you're actually going to use it. If you think it's something you're going to use quite a lot, then I think it's worth the money. The BGA, as I said in the last stream, the BGA is quite cool as well, how it all builds up. It's got some nice features to it, but it's, at the end of the day, it's a BGA. It produces methane, which then produces electricity, which is then sold. So it doesn't do anything totally different other than how you put it together and the different components from it. At the moment, if you get it, the large capacity electricity plant is producing 10 times more than it should each month, until that gets patched and they put it back. So you can make a lot of money for it currently, but there's a modular BGA on ModHub as well, so you could just use that instead to save yourself some money. So this is the other network distributor I built. Kind of put it here as so it's like a kind of substation, but I still don't think with 3 of these I'm going to get through all of the electrical charts, so I may need to build another one. I was tempted to just put the cheaty one in, but I don't know how cheaty the cheaty one is. I don't know what the if it's just increased rate of production, or whether it's got like a higher multiplier on electricity. I've still got that little area where we previously had the grey mill that I haven't done anything with yet. I don't know if I'll put anything up there. Mickey Games saying I'll probably use it loads. If you're going to use it loads, I think it's worth it. So this is one of the new additions from the next episode. So kind of like what we had in FS19, the garden centre. So the building is from the Alien Gym Placeable Buildings pack. And I've also added 2 of the new flower greenhouses that are now included in the map from the last update on No Man's Land. So if you're not aware of the update to No Man's Land recently, or you're not sure what was included in the update, so we've now got these greenhouses which produce flowers. So we've currently got 3 pallets on each one. So these only require water, and it's 100 water to 100 flowers. So it's very nice. I think this is the old greenhouse from FS17, I think, initially. The old place wall greenhouse. That's been some new textures on it. It's nice and green. There's some nice flowers in there as well. So I built 2 of these. I just added some random kind of garden centre-y stuff. I was looking for some flower things that you could put in here, but I couldn't find any. So we just got some wheelbarrows, watering cans, a couple of tents. I know my local garden centre has an outdoors section that sell tents and stuff. A couple of sheds. So just some random decoration at the back that you're not going to see very often, but just makes it look a bit more, there's stuff here. So that's not a sell point, that's just a purely decorative building. And then I just added the flower greenhouses, because they tend to buy from garden centres, flowers and stuff. What I'd love to see is a compost mod. I know there is a composter mod, but one where you bag up compost, so you get pallets of compost that you can then deliver to a garden centre. Oh, steering wheel was way sensitive then. I think my dead zone's reset itself again. I don't know. I'm really losing patience with this steering wheel. It's like every time I use it, it just resets itself or stop working. Peter Human, do you have a bike in real life? I don't have a motorbike. I have a mountain bike somewhere. buried in the garage. Where next? Right, so we'll go over this way. So over here is pretty much all fields now. That will stay as it is. This field will put corn in, this one closest to the BJ, but I won't be doing it for silage, I don't think. I may just harvest it as corn and sell the corn straight off. I don't think we're going to get it all fermented and through the BJ in time to do it that way. So BJ, nothing's changed over here. I don't think I did anything else. Nope. We'll get out and take a look around. Frambro saying, hey Sim, where do you get your mods from? Most of my mods, I'd probably say 90% at least, come from the in-game mod hub. The other ones, I've got Enhanced Vehicle Control mod from GitHub. Terraform was also from GitHub. I think there was another one from there as well. LS Farming, I got a couple from recently. A few from King Mods, although I don't think I use any of the ones I got from King Mods anymore. So this was one of the ones I built in one of the previous videos, or maybe in the last video. No, last one was doing the 3 new fields over that corner. So this was the wholesale sell point I put in just to give us more options for selling products, and also this one takes a few additional ones that some of the other ones don't take. And this one recently had an update as well, so we've now got a huge list of products that aren't even available at the moment. So it added some like crazy stuff on here. I mean, I don't even know where you get half of this stuff from. We've got hops pellets, lump sugar, brown sugar, powdered sugar, beet syrup, sugar syrup, ash, rock powder, yeast, manure pellets, heat. I don't know how you sell heat. Basil, chives, mint, parsley, plywood, empty wooden box, oats dried, corn dried, pumpkin seeds, pumpkin seed oil, beef, pork, chicken, sheep meat. There's so many things this sell point takes that I don't know if Zoddle's uploads mods to a different site as well before he puts them on Mod Hub. That these extra productions are available. I'm not sure. Or I presume some of these will be upcoming in the mods on Mod Hub. I think the barley dried, wheat dried on FS19 on Wilhelmina Forest. I had the drying facility where you put wood chips in for the power source, and then it dried your crops out so you could sell them for a higher price. So I think that mod looks like it's going to be coming soon. I'm looking at all these these things. Beef, pork and chicken meat I don't think we'll see on Mod Hub, because that kind of hints at doing a slaughterhouse, which I don't think Giants will allow on Mod Hub, because I don't think they'll find slaughtering of animals very family friendly. The same with alcohol as well. I think there was one which I'm surprised they've let this mod on with those listed, if they won't allow a slaughterhouse kind of mod on the Mod Hub. I don't know if that is. Well, I've never seen one on there. I'm sure there was something else. Oh no, I can't see it now. I thought there was something alcohol related on here as well, but maybe not. So we're going to have premium potatoes. Yeah, so loads are coming up on that one. Samuel BT saying hey to you. Matt saying, Sim, are you planning to do a time-lapse series on the logging map? I'm still in 2 minds whether to do anything on there for a time-lapse. We will be doing live streams on there. It's one thing I was considering was keeping this running until the new map come out, and then do a series on the Platinum expansion, but maybe like a short series on that map, just to see what it's like. But I don't know what the map's like itself yet. So these I built last stream. So these are solid fertilizer seed and liquid fertilizer production. This is a new as well. This is the methane production. This also included in the map update. So this is Alien Jim's methane production. The reason why I've got this, because I know we're producing methane at the industrial BGA. I want to use this because in one of the videos coming up we'll be building the gold production that's now included in the map. So I don't think it's particularly expensive, to be honest. So that's the methane production. It's only 20,000. It takes, I say, all of those. You only need one to produce methane, so it doesn't take multiple. So currently at the moment I'm just using digestate from the industrial BGAs being sent here, and then I'm using the digestate to produce methane, which will then go to the gold production. So same building that's on the Western Wilds. So we'll be able to do some terraforming somewhere on this map, get some stones, and then start doing our gold production on here before we finish off. Also included as well in the last update was the production greenhouses, the mushrooms. So we've also got a greenhouse that also does mushrooms, which I'll probably put in somewhere on here. It's going to be nice to use some of those extra productions that are included in the map as well before we finish up. So yeah, we'll be doing some gold production. That's another thing I want to try and get done fairly soon as well. Again, I've just added a few bits of decoration, which I don't think I did in the video. But yeah, I didn't do any of this in the video because stupidly when I placed this down I forgot to enable the interactive zone markers, so I didn't know. So the drop-off point for digestate is here. So when I built it, there was a fence that run, I think it was from this corner. Yeah, there was a fence that ran across the back of here and then literally right across the back. So just to make it a bit easier to drive in, I added this little bit round here so you can drive round the back with your slurry tanker, come across the side empty and then drive straight back out rather than having to reverse round in this tiny area. So I took that fence out as well and opened this up a bit so there's a bit more space for accessing these as well, because that was quite tight to turn around in. So that's another thing that I've done. And I think this area is pretty much all finished off now. I don't think I'll be adding anything else to this bit. I want to try and utilise some more areas of the map that I've not used yet, because the we go up and fly around. So I've got this production area here where we've got the BGA, seed, fertiliser productions, the wholesale sell point, the honey spawn, and then we've got the methane BGA there as well. There's, other than fields in that corner, there isn't anything. Same over that way. So I've got the 3 new fields that I put in on the last video. Big T Farmers in the chat saying, hey Sim, good to see you again, hope you're doing well. Daniel saying, hey Sim, it's my first time in one of your stream of yours, but I wanted to thank you very much because I was in hospital for more than 2 months for a suicide attempt. Oh, sorry to hear that, and hope you're doing better. And the thing that allowed me to see was quite content thanks to you and your channel. I managed to distract myself and managed to pass the time in difficult time. Many thanks. No worries for that. I'm glad my videos could help you in some way. And yeah, I hope you're doing better now. So yeah, I'll put these 3 new fields in. So we've got cotton in that one. That one I've planted with oats, and then we've got this last one to do with sorghum. If I'd have been doing a bit longer, I probably wouldn't have put the fields in the way I did. I'd just like try and utilise as much space on the map as possible before we do finish. So we've got that industrial area which may expand on a little bit more. And I do probably need to put another couple of greenhouses in because I think I'm not producing enough lettuce now. Tomatoes I seem to be okay on, but lettuce I'm way off. Storm saying I would love to stay for the whole stream, but I have to go since I have the last day of school tomorrow before we get a week of holiday. Well, thank you for stopping by, and enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll probably speak to you next Tuesday for the next live stream. So we've got quite a bit of space here. The horse farm will go in, and then I'll probably put another field in from the end of that one in this area. But we have still got a bit of space, so I may start utilising a bit of space over here for some extra buildings and productions, just so there's a few more areas, because we are quite heavy on that side over there and there's not a lot going on over this side. These two fields I wanted to extend after the next harvest, because I was initially planning on doing an extra year after the current one, but I just think it's going to be too much to do another year after the current one. I think it's just going to take the series far too long. This field can now be extended, which is something we'll probably do in a bit. So I've cleared the trees that were here, so we can extend this field up to where those rocks are. This area as well, I'll probably put another field in this space, because I can't really think of much else to do with some of the areas. We've still got the grapes to do, which we'll be doing in the next episode, because they really need to go in very soon. But I will be getting 2 of the fruit greenhouses, which I may do tonight. This field is now grass as well, so we've got 3 grass fields for the dairy cows. And I did change these pastures I put in. I did put 3 small pastures in, and I didn't like the way it looked, so I replaced it with 2 and just changed the fencing so it didn't look so crammed in, like loads of little pastures. And I put the road that's inside now, rather than it being down the fencing down the sides. I just wish there was an open pasture that was a little bit bigger than these, that didn't have fences on. The only other one I can find is like way too big, and then some of the other pastures that would fit have already got fences round, and I've wanted one that didn't have fences on. So these are just the fenceless husbandries, which I just wish the area, or there was an option to have a slightly bigger area. Lelik Bollik, thank you very much for the subscription. Just trying to read your your name then. It's showing up on my screen very well. Yeah, so I like these fenceless ones, but I just wish the area was a bit bigger, because the way the grass does, you just get that small square, which is a bit annoying. Still got plenty of silage in the pits here. So dairy farm's all done now. I think I mentioned in the last stream I was considering upgrading the dairy farm completely to a more modern, like some of the bigger modern sheds, but that's going to stay as it is now. Seems to be working okay for how it is. This area over by the pig farm, there's a little bit more I want to do. So there's a few more buildings I want to put in over this way. Probably some more houses and another sell point, just to fill that little bit of space in over there. Forestry, I can't remember the last time I did any forestry on No Man's Land. It seems like forever. I've been so busy with keeping up with all the fields and farm work, I keep neglecting to do any forestry. Oh, this is another thing I have done as well. I added some fencing around the forestry area, but I don't think I only got as far as there. I was meant to continue around. So this is something I've been meaning to do for ages, was add some fencing back in around here. Also added a bit more decoration. Some of this decoration is from the update of the map, but I did add a few like log piles, a big pile of planks, and I added a trailer around here as well. So just added a little bit more decoration and the fences around that. Same over here with the carpentry, just put a bit of decoration, a few piles of nice planks, a few cars parked up for workers, and then a bit of fencing around that, and a few more trees, just to kind of decorate that area a little bit. Storm saying, yeah, I'll see you in the next stream. Nice one. Mickey saying, Sim, are you now streaming on Tuesday instead of Wednesdays, and are you streaming No Man's Land every Thursday? Oh, this is just a one-off. Same as last time I streamed on here. It's because I couldn't get my video out in time, and I wanted to do something today rather than, because I missed Saturday, Sunday with no videos. This, I'm still in 2 minds whether to get rid of this, because I'm not actually using it at the moment. So I don't have any straw, or I do have some wood chips actually. I've got a tiny little pile of wood chips, but the carpentry takes wood chips and creates wood pellets, which are far more profitable than using that for wood chips. We've got 62,000 litres in there again. Seems like every time I clear that, the next episode there's like another trailer load of wood pellets. So that's another field I've got weeds in I need to spray. I forgot to put tram lines in these fields. I've been doing that off camera now because I've been using the 12 metre tram lines. The Proceed doesn't work with 12 metres on a 50 metre seed drill. So I've been putting these in manually off camera, the tram lines, and I completely forgot before I skipped through to this month to do them. So that field and this one with the sunflowers in, although I did forget, I accidentally enabled tram lines briefly and I forgot to go over it again. So I've got some random patch of tram lines in there. Big T Farm saying, would you mind take a little tutorial on the enhanced vehicle control mod? I can't make it. You can't make it listen. If you have time, of course. Andre saying, how many hours do you have in FS22? About 1200 or so. I'll actually just check. Currently I've got 1380 on this Steam version. That doesn't include the, when I initially started FS22 I was using the Giants version, which doesn't track your hours. So just under 1,400 hours on here. Tanner saying he got his save game problem solved. Well, good to hear. Do you know what it was, or did you just manage to get it working? Tuesdays with the stream, I'm in the middle of saying that, Mickey. Last week we did Tuesday. Oh no, this week. Forgetting it's still this week. Yeah, this week we did Tuesday because it was the Pumps and Hoses release day, and I wanted to stream on the release day to kind of have a go with that, show off some of the stuff that was included. Next week we're doing Tuesday because the football's on Wednesday, so I'll be watching the football Wednesday evening. So the week after that it may be back to Wednesday. It depends. But I think normally we'd aim for Wednesdays, but we can be a bit flexible on that. Right. So what we'll do is, I'll show you my new truck I bought. I bought another semi. Jorgen saying, what I like about all your videos are all the details and the decoration and landscaping. Yes, I really enjoy doing that bit. So I bought a new MAN truck just because I had the money to. But I do love this green. It probably doesn't look as good in there, but if you take it out in the light. I must say as well, I am now using relight on this this map. So for the last couple of videos I think I've been using relight on the map. But this green in the light looks really nice. So yeah, this was an unnecessary purchase, but I'm making millions. I can afford to treat myself to a new semi. Yeah, what was I going to do? Right. We'll do some weed spraying because I'll forget to do them otherwise. I'll get to ready to harvest and all my fields will be full of weeds. We'll need to change the wheels. I think a couple of the fields are on the second growth stage now. If I can find the trigger. There we go. Repair that while we're in as well. Customize narrows. It seems so long ago. It's like what, nearly 500 hours since we bought this John Deere 6M, the original starting tractor on here, the first one we purchased. Daniel saying maybe make a new series on Hollandsveld. I'm not familiar with that map, so I don't know what it's like, but I'll take a look at it. Franco, no, I won't be trying that on my channel. It's not something I want to promote on my channel. I know there's it can be used for medicinal purposes, but in terms of like YouTube and monetizing, I don't know how that will go down with some advertisers. So it's not something, things like that, it's not something I'll do, even though I know there are productions available for that sort of stuff. I think we should have more than enough herbicide, because we are using spot spraying, so I'm not going to use a huge amount. I should really use my steering wheel. I keep doing this, switching between my Xbox controller and then forgetting to go back to the wheel when I'm actually driving. Mick is saying thanks for a brilliant stream, no worries, and enjoy the rest of your week, and thanks for stopping by. Jamie Ailing saying evening sim, hope you're well buddy, hit that like button viewers, yeah. If you're enjoying the stream then don't forget to smash that like button. How many people we got watching? 110 viewers, that's good to see. So thank you to everyone that's tuned in so far. I forgot where I started, oh there they are. So I forgot where I started the tram lines then. Right, let's I'm trying to unfold it. Got the wrong button. I do like the spot spraying. It's great to watch it. It's almost as satisfying as watching the hoses being unwound on the pumps and hoses DLC. Let's turn that on and some leisurely weed spraying. Turn my cruise control on. Jorgen saying, is there a Calmsden video this week? I'm hoping to get one out on Calmsden this week, if I can get round to it. At the moment, because of all the work I haven't done in the kitchen, it's been quite noisy this week, so it's been difficult to try and get some time where it's been quiet. And I'm also behind on videos on this channel, so I need to catch up on this channel first, and then I can do some extra videos on the other one. I think I lost a few hours yesterday with the video on this one, because I scrapped about 2.5 hours of recording and completely started again. And then Tuesday I spent a few hours, I think about 2-3 hours I've spent on a test map just trying out the new DLC, so I kind of got a rough idea of how it all worked for the live stream, so I wasn't wasting time on the stream trying to figure out how things worked. So that's probably cost me about 5-6 hours this week of recording time. Saturday and Sunday I didn't do any videos because I was absolutely exhausted from all the stuff I've been doing, so I decided to take a couple of days off completely, which put me back again. So starting off Monday morning I had to edit and render a video while my computer's rendering. I don't really like using it for anything else, so I have to wait for that to finish rendering before I could start even recording for another video. So that cost me a bit of time as well. So hopefully, like, I've missed today's video, but that'll be done for tomorrow now, so that should help me get back on track a bit easier, so I can get another video recorded tomorrow for, where are we, Thursday today, so Saturday. Yeah, it's Friday already tomorrow. God, the week's going too quick. Jacob Martin saying, is it worth upgrading to Farm Simulator? And I think it is. I think there's so much more available now in FS22 than there was in 19. You've got auto drives available, course play, enhanced vehicle control mod, follow me. I think pretty much all the big mods from 19 are now available. I think the only one mod that's not out that I would really like to see is the object hider, the map object hider mod that came out for FS19. I think that's the only real mod I'm now missing. On this map it wouldn't help that much, but on a map like Calmsden Farm I really wish I had it so I could remove some of the junk around the farmyard, so I've got a bit more space. I know I could do it in Giants Editor, but then it technically becomes a private version of the map, which then it makes it difficult for other people that want to try and follow along what you're doing. If they can't use Giants Editor for any reason, it makes it difficult for them to do what you're doing. So I don't, as much as I know I can do it, and if I was playing maps for myself I'd probably just go straight in Giants Editor and move things around, remove things, just to make changes. But because I'm recording content, yeah, I don't really like doing it too much. Enhanced vehicle control mod, if I remember correctly, because I've got it now mapped to my Stream Deck, so I've got one button. It's right control and end to switch on the enhanced vehicle control mod. So that just sets the vehicle in the direction you're heading, so now 270 degrees for me. Then if you do right shift home, that turns on the lanes at your current width, so it automatically sets the width. And now at the end of this row, when I turn around I just do right control end again and it'll fix it to the next lane that's created. I think if you do right control, is it numlock? No, that's not it. Why have I just changed my heading by 1 degree? Why is that pausing? Right, for some reason I managed to change my degree of heading by 1 degree. There is, which I can't remember what it is. Stop that for a sec so I can try and work this out. Oh, there you go. So right control and then the slash, I forget what you call them, brings up the enhanced vehicle control menu. Here you can turn off the lines if you want to show all the lines, although you can't really see them on here for some reason, and I think that is independent for each vehicle. Yeah, so the headland settings for the John Deere, they set just for this tractor. So you've got headland mode, you can get it to automatically turn around at the end of the field, so you can then just set cruise control, which I've never actually tried that actually, so we'll give that a go. So if I do right control end to switch that on, although actually let me just reset that because it's gone off slightly. So right control 2 on the numpad resets it. Just say disable it first. And you just go back and straighten up again. So yeah, right control end. And now it should automatically turn at the end of the field to the next lane. Now, which is doing now, I'm just literally holding my foot on the accelerator. So it didn't follow the tram lines, but it has automatically turned around. So literally you could now just set cruise control and let it go off and it'll work the rest of the field until it crashes into something. So that's right control / on there, the numpad to bring this up. So you can turn the lines on off, set the degrees at which the angle snaps. So sometimes if you're within 5 degrees of an angle, it'll currently snap to the closest 10. So if you're like at 273 degrees, it'll snap to 270. But if you're over 275, it'll snap to 280. So you can change that to whatever you want if you want it a bit more accurate on how close it snaps. Visible tracks, you can change all that as well. Half of this stuff I don't even use. You can change where the HUD position is for the damage and fuel. I've now turned mine off because I've never really actually used it. So the damage values on mine is off. That's the up in the top right hand corner, just under the money. You can see the damage painting little box. I never, to be honest, I don't think I ever used it at all. So I pretty much just turned it off. I just didn't see the point of having it on. You can show all the RPM, fuel values, engine temperature, and then you've got global settings. These are for like all kind of things. Parking brake, you can disable that if you don't use it. Improved hydraulic control, that allows you to raise and lower the hydraulics on the 3 points. Differential lock is where you can turn that off if you don't use it, and track assistant. There's quite a few features it does. So I've not fully used it that much, to be honest. I've never used the auto turns, first time I've actually tried that. But we are slightly off on the tram lines, but hey ho. I'm not sure how you say name. Kiku baby saying hello. Hey to you. Luke saying, which football club do you follow? I follow West Bromwich Albion, unfortunately. Well, somebody's got to follow him. James saying, on the time lapse, the spot spray matches the music like the disco lights react to the music tempo. I was doing when I was editing the video, and there was one section on my video where I was doing the work, and just half the time when the music syncs up, it's not me deliberately getting that to work, it's just like random. I just happen to have chosen a piece of music that kind of syncs up with what I'm doing. Now, it's completely random when that happens, but I had one the other day where it kind of works. I'm going to turn off auto turn, just carry on with the tram lines now. But when I was editing it, I'd put the music in, I was just skimming through the video, and it kind of like matched up. I was like, that's kind of weird how that happens sometimes. Which like perfectly matches up with the music. Well, all I need to do now is remember how to disable the auto turn. No. I think you have to do it through here. There is a keyboard binding for enabling, disabling the auto turn, but I can't remember what it is. So I've got my little Stream Deck, and I've got all those mapped up for the enhanced vehicle control mod, so I can just press one button rather than having to keep messing with the keyboard with two keys. Jacob, I live in the United Kingdom. Peter saying goodbye, Sim, I have to go to sleep. Well, thank you for stopping by the stream. Brian saying hi Sim, hey to you. Farmer Groot saying hi Sim Farmer. What farm build do you like better, No Man's Land or Calmlands? I like the farm on Calmlands, like the main farm area. I like the way it's built up on the different levels and stuff. But overall, for the entire map build, I prefer No Man's Land because I've been able to add a lot more decorative items to it. I've kind of restricted myself on that because I'm playing on multiplayer. I want to be able to keep it so it's not going to cause too many issues for Storm and Stevie when they joined. Because there's no point doing the multiplayer if you've got so much stuff on there. It's just really laggy for those to play on. Kind of doesn't make it fun to play or fun for people to watch if their tractors are glitching out all over the place. So Calmlands, if I was doing it just on my own, I'd probably have added a lot more decorative things around the sell points, a lot more to it as well. But I do like how the main farm's kind of built up on there and how it's like expanding. But it's also one of those things we get, I can't remember how I did the tram lines on here now. I think I went the wrong way. I think it's because it's auto-turned. I shouldn't have auto-turned up to that row. So my tram lines on this field haven't quite worked out because I did that. So I've missed a bit of the field now. Fami Rizre saying hi Sim, hey to you, welcome to the stream, good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Kim City 83 saying hello, hey to you. Kevin, are you using shaders? I'm not using any shaders, but I am using Relight. If you're not familiar with Relight, it's a lighting XML file that you put into your map folder. So you have to modify the actual map folder itself. It replaces the lighting the map uses, so if the map's using its own lighting, it'll overwrite that, or if it's using the base game lighting. So I've been using that for the last few episodes, but I don't use shaders, don't use reshade or anything like that. In my opinion, the relight in the morning, what I'll probably do when we finish, we'll skip through to the evening. Actually, I meant to speed up time a bit, put it on time swipe for a bit, so it was actually progressing through the day. So in the morning and in the evening, relight is where it really comes into its own with how it looks with the lighting at those times of the day. Just wondering if we're going to get around these trees. Just about clear those trees. Well, I think if we go down this one now, we should be back on track with the tram lines at least. I have also added relight to the Western Wilds. I'm not using it on Calmlands. I may put it on for the next Calmland stream, but I'll have to then send Storm and Stevie the instructions of how to add it to their maps. Genesis X Gaming, there is a standalone version of that now. Standalone version of which hey Sim Farmer, you should do a series on Green Valley, Nebraska someday. I've heard a few good things about Green Valley, but I've not actually played it myself or taken a look around it. Well, I've heard quite a few people mention that. I was getting confused when people mentioned Green Valley, because I think there is another map that's called Green Valley. Jacob saying, do you know how to make FS19 less laggy? Have less equipment in one place is always a good start if you're struggling. Depending what platform you're on as well, if you're on PC or console. If you're on PC, then check through your errors, your logs, see if you've got mods with errors in. So if you do, try removing those, can help. If you're on console, the only real way is to spread out your equipment and your farm as much as possible, so you don't have too much equipment in one place. That always helps a little bit. I'm getting to the point on this map now where it takes a while to load in the game, but once I'm in, it's fine. I'm not having any like frame rate issues. But it's starting to take a while to load up. On my FS19 on No Man's Land, I used to get frame rate drops around the main farm area, especially looking towards the dairy farm on there. So when I came out the main house to walk towards the main big shed, I'd only get about 40 FPS when I was facing towards the dairy farm. I think that's this field done. So we'll get this folded up. Remember which button that is. I'll turn it off first, would help. I always get to press 19 to fold up, and that's disconnect. I don't want to disconnect it. 4 turn on, 5 fold up. 20 raise. Firefox saying hi Sim. Hey to you, good to see you in the chat, hope you're doing well. Big T Farm saying thanks Sim, I will try it out again tomorrow and see if I'll get it to work. find it very difficult to play FS22 on PC. You'll get there eventually. I was the same when I first, well, started playing FS in general. When I first started playing, I always had to have the help window open because I could never remember any of the the controls for anything. So I constantly play with the help window always open, and I'd always have to look to remind myself what buttons to press. PC is hard as well, especially trying to remember all the keyboard commands for all the different mods you could have on there. And I'm really bad for remembering keyboard commands. Trying to think which is the other field I need to do. I think there's 2 up here. Oh yeah, I've got sunflowers as well, I think. Yeah, part of the sunflower field was... no, not sunflowers. Yeah, sunflowers. It's too many fields to remember what's in what. Tanal, the green greenhouse is part of the map now. It's not a separate mod. It's included in the No Man's Land map update, so it should be in your build mode under greenhouses. Latvia Nagra, thank you very much for stopping by the stream again. Hope you're doing well. How are you making the drone kind of videos? The drone videos I do with flight mode and then just use my second PC to do the work. So when I'm using the fixed camera up in the air, I have my second PC on, which is over there, onto the monitor over here. Kind of confusing. So yeah, I use this main PC for the fixed camera that I record on, and then I use the other PC I've got on a multiplayer game to do the work. So sometimes you can just set a worker off and do it, but often the worker crashes and you have to stop recording. But if I'm doing harvesting, I'll set the worker off on the harvester, and then I can use my second PC then to run the grain cart and unload. Just checking was actually on then. I forget with the spot spray, it's not always spraying. Although sometimes it's a bit difficult to actually see it. There we go, see it a bit better in this angle. Oh, wrong button. But there's me randomly pressing the wrong button. I meant to reset enhanced vehicle control mod. I ended up activating it by mistake. Let's try that again. That's still slightly off. There we go. That's a bit better. Jesse saying I'm back. Welcome back. Oh, standalone version of Reload mod. You don't need to add it to the map now. Okay. I did see on when I downloaded that version that there was working on the other version. I didn't realise that was out now. I'll have to give that a try. Latvia Nagra, thank you very much for the $1.09 super chat. You're doing too much for your content. Salute, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, and you are very generous. Yeah, I did see when I on GitHub when I downloaded the Relight, it said on there that it was working on a version that you wouldn't have to add to specific maps. So I'll have to get that one now it's out. So thank you for letting me know that, because I didn't realise that was available now. DM5 saying playing Forza Horizon 5 now. Nice. I haven't played that for a while. It's another game on my list to games to get back to and finish. Although I've done most of it. I did last time I played it was when the Hot Wheels came out, so I had to go on that because I got the full Ultimate Edition, so I get all the DLCs. Jacob saying, is that FS22 more laggy than FS19? It's a lot better optimised, but then it depends on what system you've got, what graphics settings you've got it running on. what map you're playing on, what mods you've got installed. But the base game, I'd say, runs a lot better than 19 did. But then I'm playing this on like a new PC that I built, so I've never played FS19 on this, so on this PC, so I can compare the two on here. Well, because I'm playing in 4K, and on a map like this where I've got quite a lot of stuff on here, I've got a lot of equipment, I've got a lot of placeable buildings, productions, animal pens. I've like exceeded the limit of both animal pens and productions now, so I'm using both the more animal pens and more productions mods, so I can go past those limits. I'm still getting what solid, well, it's bouncing, just look, my frame rate's just starting to go from 6. Normally I'd get a solid 60. If I face this way, it probably goes to 60. Yeah, normally it doesn't vary too much from 60, but I am getting to that point now where even on my system this map's starting to just hover just below 60 on the frame rate, which is weird because I'm probably not even using like 50% of the GPU. So from that point of view, I think FarmSim could still be more optimised. The fact that like I'm starting to get frame rate drops on here, and if I take a look at my I can press that one, can I? Oh. If I bring this up, so my GPU is what, 58%, 57%, so I'm only just using over 50% of my GPU, and I'm getting frame rate issues, so it's very, very minor. Have I accidentally hired a worker? Yes. So I would definitely say there is room for improvement on the optimisation of Farming Simulator. Let's turn that back on. So I wouldn't be expecting to get frame rate drops, even though it's only like one frame. So it's bouncing like 59, 58. But when you're not even utilising 60% of your GPU, it does make you wonder. But say it depends what you're playing as well. If you're only playing in 1080, then you're probably not going to get those issues as much. Let's turn that off. Turn that off so we can go a bit faster, and then we'll work our way back around the tram lines. Big T Farm saying FS22 needs like 3 times the power needed for FS19 on PC. I mean, the fact that FS22 runs on old gen consoles, it kind of shows like how it's built up. I do think this is FS22 will be the last FS game on PS4 and Xbox One. I really can't see them doing another FS game on those consoles, especially if we're not going to get a new game next year. I think come another couple of years time, I think they won't bother wasting time doing a version for the older gen consoles now. Let's turn that back on. Genesis X Games saying I'm using it and it works as intended. Nice one. I'll have a look for that tomorrow and give it a try. Just saying, so how's it going right now? I'm using a Massey 135 to load the silage up into a decently big trailer. Nice one. Star Rainbow saying hello everyone, hey to you, welcome to the stream, good to see you in the chat again. I hope you're doing well. Genesis X, you do live streams very often now since It's nice to see that you like to do it. Not much time lapses go that way. Live streaming is always something I've wanted to do. With my social anxiety, I always kept putting myself off doing it. But it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, is to do some live streams on here, as well as do more let's plays and stuff. But I kept putting myself off with the live streams. As the channel got bigger, I got more put off doing it. I was over worried that I'd get like a lot of people, because I think last time I ever did a live stream on YouTube I had about 20 people watching, which for my channel at the time was quite big, but I also knew quite a lot of the people that were watching, because I knew them from like Google Hangouts and stuff, so I had quite a lot of people I actually knew. So it's like the big unknown, especially doing a channel that you like mostly do time lapse on. You don't really get that much interaction with the viewers. And as the channel got bigger and bigger, I was like worried I'd end up getting like 100 odd people and I'd just completely melt down, wouldn't be able to keep up with the chat, and I just kept putting myself off doing it. But I enjoy doing it. It's good fun. It's great to like be able to interact with people that watch, because obviously I can answer questions better than I can in a comment, and I can explain a bit more about why I do the things the way I do and stuff like that, which you can't really do in a time-lapse video. Or if you try and do it in the text, you try and explain what you're doing, half the people don't bother reading it, and then you still get loads of comments saying, oh, why are you doing that, you should do this way. And it's like, if you read the text, it explains why I'm doing what I'm doing. Ideally for this channel, I'd love to do like one time-lapse series, one let's play series, and then live streams. But the trouble I've got is, whenever I do a let's play on this, it never really got very good views on this channel. Like compared to the time-lapse stuff. And I think a lot of that is I do have a lot of subscribers that don't speak English. Obviously you don't really need to be able to read the text to understand what's going on in the time lapses, so I do have quite a lot of non-English speaking subscribers, which obviously they wouldn't watch let's play stuff or watch the live streams because obviously the language barrier. Where are we? What time is it? So coming up to 10 to 10, it's gone quite quick again tonight. It was like Tuesday, it was like, I realised how quick 2 hours can actually go. Where you're chatting away and playing. Star Amo saying I like watching people's lives. Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy it. Genesis saying Giants need to change the engine or learn how to do their games. Every newer game goes hard on the frames. Just trying to think which way I should have gone then. Yeah, it is this way. Well, they do keep making improvements with each version of the game, but I think this version, I think the old gen consoles held it back a bit. If they hadn't have done a version for PS4 and Xbox One, I think they would have been able to probably make a bigger step up in the engine and how the game like runs. So maybe for the next one they will, but I think in 2 years time, you know, we're going to be running what, Xbox Series X and PS5 are going to be what, 3 years old by then. So we'll see over the next year if what the plan is. As I said before, if they do release a year 2 season pass, I don't think we'll get a new version of the game next year. At the moment I'm more likely thinking there won't be a new FS next year, it'll be the year after. I think they may just continue bringing out more DLC for 22. But what they really need to do is do some updates to improve the base game features, and not rely on some mods to do some stuff that they should implement in the game which would improve it. So especially with the productions, being able to disable production products going to certain buildings like you can with the production revamp mod, to me that should be a base game update, because it's definitely something that's needed on console as well as just PC. So you can more micromanage your actual productions when you're auto distributing. Also, one of the other features as well with that production revamp mod is seeing the total storage capacities of the internal storage of your production buildings and stuff, rather than just having the bar, which kind of doesn't show you exactly how much stuff has. Would be helpful. There's a few things that I still think there's some minor adjustments that could do with build mode, but I think from the last updates we've got a few minor bug fixes, and then the free content, which to be honest haven't been much in the way of free content in the last two. But it doesn't seem like they're making any more changes now to the actual game itself. It's more just like minor bug fixes for some stuff that's still broke. So I think from that respect it seems like they've given up on making any further changes to the actual game itself. Xeon CSGO saying, how many hours do you have on that save game? This save game 508, well probably about 510 now. So I've been on here probably nearly a couple of hours. So yeah, probably close to 510 hours on here now. I can't remember how many I finished No Man's Land 19 with. I think it was well over 500 hours. Which may have missed a little bit there, but we can live with a couple of little weeds. Jake said I probably get 25-30 FPS. It depends what settings you've got on, because you may have your frame rate locked to 30 FPS as a maximum. I tried running mine on 120, which is the refresh rate of my monitor, but I was getting screen tearing even with like G-Sync on, so I switched it back to 60. To be honest, 60 FPS for farm sims more than enough. Luca, welcome to the stream. Philip saying hello as well, hey to you. Arbitrary Hubris saying, is this what tram lines are? I've heard of them mentioned on real farming vids, but don't know what they are for. Yeah, basically it's just like lines that the tractors then follow when they're fertilising. This field I forgot to do. I meant to put them in afterwards when I completely forgot, so turn that off. Yeah, so basically they when there's I think there's a few different ways that can be put in. Yeah, we're good to go. Don't know how well this one will see. What I may do is just speed it up a little bit, just so we can get this one done a bit faster. If I set my cruise control to 20, oh, that's a little bit too fast. Go 15. I think that's faster than we was going before, was we? Yeah, 12. I think this is one of those mods I think I forgot to change the speed of when I purchased this one. Usually I just increase the speed slightly to give me a bit more manoeuvrability for getting things done a little bit quicker without going too fast. Like some people, I kept getting recommended on streams on Facebook ages ago for FS, and you watch them like briefly and they're like harvesting at 60 miles an hour and crashing at the end of the fields because they're going so fast they can't stop to turn around. It's like, no. I always like pushing the realism a little bit, but not excessively too fast. Oh, crashed. Yeah, this is where I need the tram line so I don't go too far off the edge of the field. Hey Sim, are you into modding? I would love to do some modding, but I just don't have the time to learn how to do it. I started off, mentioned in one of my streams ages ago, I started to have a play around with a test map on Giants Editor, and I managed to get like a road system in, sort of, like one section of a road, a few houses down in it, some trees and a gas station, and that's about as far as I got with it, and I haven't had time to go back on there and play around with that. I'd love to do my own map, but it's just having the time to learn how to do it all. And if I was to do my own map, I would probably have to just do like a take all the assets off one of the base game maps and reuse those, because I wouldn't have the time to learn how to create my own 3D models and texturing all the buildings and stuff, to do all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but it would be nice to get a map out onto Mod Hub, so others could play on it as well. Maybe in the future, if I ever find the extra time to get back to that test map I was doing, get some more done on that. It wouldn't be like probably a full lap. It'd probably be something like No Man's Land, where you create your own fields on it, but it'll probably have a little bit more on it. So a few pre-placed sell points and a few buildings, maybe like playing for new farmer mode, it has a small farm set up, same as what you've got on here, with maybe a pre-placed sawmill that doesn't appear on start from scratch or new farmer, so you have to like put them down yourself. Because I know not everyone likes starting completely from scratch, so it's always good to give people different options for how they want to start. Set our lanes up now. We can use that because we don't have the tram lines to follow on here. Fami is saying Sim Farmer map, that would be cool. Yeah, maybe over the next year, once I've got all the new kitchens sorted out the way. That's going to be another week or so before they're finished. Then there's a few other bits and pieces I still need to sort out, and then I've got quite a bit I still need to try and get done in the garden before winter. Once all that's done, then I should get a bit more spare time to then get back to that test map, and then if I can get it like fully functioning, it's just a case of then working out how to optimize it, making sure everything's in the correct place in the right transform groups and there's no issues, and then seeing how you would get that submitted to Giants for testing, because I have no idea how you go about doing all that. What are you doing? I thought I'd set the lanes, but I didn't. Because at the moment my test map, I can load it up in game from what I've done so far, and everything loads in that I've put on there okay. but there's currently no triggers on there for the gas station, so you can't buy fuel. But the workshop trigger, the store trigger, so I can buy a vehicle on it, I can drive around. What I might do before we finish up on here, I may just load up the cruise control, going way too fast. I'll load up what I've done. I'll show you what I've done in Giants Editor so far. It might be cool to see. Although there's not much on there. Philip saying, after how many hours do you think farming is boring? Well, considering I've played over nearly 1400 hours, well, over 1400 hours of FX22, and I'm not quite bored of it yet. Although I have had moments where I've got a little bit burnt out on it, but for me, it's because this map is like more of a sandbox game than just the farming simulator now. There's obviously so much more you can do to it. I've always got something I want to work towards, so I've always got the motivation to keep playing, to kind of progress on the map and kind of get the next thing done I want to do. At the moment, as much as I'm enjoying this map, obviously we're coming to an end on it soon, so I'm starting to really look forward to what the next map's going to be. So that's keeping me motivated to play that, because I really like starting new maps. There's always something good about starting on a new save game. So I'm looking forward to that. TCAG saying, I love how much black smoke comes out of that little JD. Yeah, that's the part. That's the exhaust extension mod, which increases the exhaust output on tractors and vehicles. I think that's a PC only mod though. Just saying, I'm going to sell my silage right now. Hopefully you make a nice amount of money from it. Do refueling this when we're finished as well. Just saying, 100,000 hours. That's a lot of hours. Arbitrary Hoover is saying, I get bored if I'm trying to make the most money possible. If I focus on new experiences, which I have plenty of and never gets old. Yep. It's like there's still so much I want to do on here before we finish up. There's like new production mods. There was the ice creams production that came out today, that I've also installed, that I was going to have a look at putting in on here. Oh, what was the other one? There was something else that came out recently as well. There was the straw production, which does straw hats and like wicker baskets out of straw sort of thing. And I think I may use that on the Western Wilds though. There was the one that came out. There was the pancakes as well, which I think will probably be more suited to the Western Wilds. So I'll probably use the pancake production on that, with the maple syrup production as well on there. But the ice cream one I may put on this map, just to see what it's like before we finish. 'Cause I think strawberry ice cream is one of the ones you can do, which, if it only takes strawberries and ice cream, milk, I'm not sure if you need anything else for the production. Then I've got plenty of excess strawberries at the moment, so that'll be easy to do. I think chocolate's another one you can do, so chocolate ice cream. I think there may be another one or two. Italia is pulling at you, what a gorgeous map. Yeah, that does look a very nice map. It's definitely one I will be taking a look at, the Italia HD version. Right, let's get this tiny little bit there, and then we've got that top end of the field to finish off. TC, will you do a normal map, a normal map next, or you plan on doing another map like this? I'm thinking more for the next map will be similar to Ravensburg, so it'll be mapped with already pre-placed fields on there, but I want to do a map that's got the ability or suitable space for building up my own farm on it. So I still want to try and build up my own farm rather than use a pre-placed one for the next map. But yeah, I think I more want to do one that start off with no equipment, no land, and then do contracts to build up some money and then work from there again, rather than do a completely start from scratch on a forestry map like this and you have to build up everything. Because that Western Wilds was similar, where it didn't have much on there, so it'd be nice to do something different for the next one. And then maybe after the Western Wilds I'll do another one similar to like Crater Lake, Wilhelmina sort of style. Maybe more of a, oh, I'm going to hit that tree. More of a forestry map that's suitable for building a farm on. So I hate reversing with these sprayers. This turns so tight when you reverse. And my reversing with the steering wheel is never that good. Should be clear, there we go. Where are you going? That way. Right, so that's this field done. I think I've got one more to do, but I'll leave that till I don't know what's going on with my land vehicle control mod sending me all over the place. TCX saying Ravensburg and Crater Lake were my two favourite series you did. Yeah, I really enjoyed Ravensburg because it was slightly different from like No Man's Land, with not having to like create all your own fields, and but I was still able to build up my own actual farmyard. Let's get this folded up. So I think there's one more field that there's actually a couple. But I think I've done enough spraying. Let's just check weeds. I think the sugar cane needs doing as well. Where are we? Yeah, the sugar cane needs spraying with weeds. That started growing back. That field needs doing. Oh no, that's the cornfield. I haven't actually. The sunflowers don't need doing because that was a ploughed field. That one I haven't actually put a crop in yet, so I think that is all the fields other than the sugarcane. I know there's that. Is that barley or yeah, barley field as well that needs doing. Yeah, I can do that. I'll do those another time. We'll do something a bit different because we've only got what, 50 minutes left. The forestry was really cool. Well, I've got something extra coming up next Tuesday, hopefully. I haven't actually edited the video yet to see how it's going to turn out. But it'll be like a short series if it works out okay. But that'll probably be on just once a week for the next few weeks. So I think there'll be about 8 episodes if it works out in total. I may get. I need to edit the first one first and see how it actually turns out. It won't be a long video, I don't think. It'll be quite a short time-lapse video. Then I may then do the second episode to see how that turns out before I publish the first one, just in case it doesn't go the way I'm hoping it's going to go. So we'll get this cleaned off and put away and then refueled. Get my Xbox controller back. So we've got 99 viewers watching, so if you've not yet hit that like button and you're enjoying the stream, then please do. I really appreciate it. As I've said before as well, if you do have any suggestions for the next map after No Man's Land, then please do let me know in the comments and I will give it a consideration. Star Raymond saying I'm listening as I play. Are you playing FS or a different game? I can't remember if you said. It's Yorksby saying I'm getting FS22 tomorrow. Hope you enjoy it. Genesis saying I heard FS22 was forced to release and that Giants is making off a nice FS, better all the aspects. FS22 was forced to release. Yorks is saying I am learning to speak English. Well, hopefully I can help you, or you can understand me at least to some degree. Latvia now says stay one more survival series with small equipment and old equipment, some kind of old school. I don't know how I've missed all those comments up there. Jen's saying you came a long way and congratulations on your dedication. Well, thank you for that. If you keep up your pace, you might dethrone Daggerun. I don't think so. I think he's got a long way to go before I get anywhere near the amount of subscribers he's got. I mean, I'm grateful for having as many as I've got, and I'm like over the moon that I've managed to get over 100,000. That's pretty amazing. Refuel this and then we'll get this put away. Yes, I'm playing FS Griffin, Indiana. So that's another map that looks really nice as well. Griffin, Indiana. It's one that came out on 19 just at the wrong time for me, or I would have probably done something on it. Right, next job. Right, so let me know in the chat what you want me to do. I've got field extension and some ploughing to do, or we could have a go at getting a couple of extra buildings done. So you want to see me do some building or ploughing? Let me know in the chat. TC, can you do a series where you use simple IC and manual attach? I don't use simple IC and manual attach in time-lapse videos because to me it just because of the speed I do the videos, when you're constantly jumping in and out of the tractor to attach things, when you speed it up, personally I don't think it looks particularly good, and it's not enjoyable to watch. Same with simple IC, keep flicking around the cab to open close windows and doors. To me, when you speed it up, it just doesn't look very good to watch. It's one of the things why I try and avoid doing first person like logging, because it just looks awful to me. Unless you slow the video down, which then I think it gets to the point where it's kind of not really a time lapse because it's only like slightly sped up. So I avoid doing that. I have done some first person logging in the past before I had the second PC, but whenever I do like chainsaw, cutting trees down, I always use my second PC now to do it on the fixed camera, because watching that constantly, like if you're constantly out going around the back in, jumping back in, attaching things, and then opening doors, opening windows around the cab, when you speed that up 6-7 times, it just goes so fast half the time that it's a blur that you don't really see what's happening, and then a lot of people get seasick from watching it. So yeah, manual attach is not something I'll ever do in a time-lapse video. Now I do use it on my Let's Play on Simple Armor Plus though. Can you do some building? TCX, I'm getting a PC in a few months. The first mod I'm getting is Simple IC and other mods that are compatible. Personally, I'm not that fussed about opening doors and windows, to be honest. It's something I wouldn't miss if it wasn't available. I get a little bit annoyed with some tractors that have the opening and closing doors that also use the same controls as using a front loader. So as you're trying to operate a front loader, the doors and windows are opening and closing, and I'd rather not have the opening and closing windows. But I like the fact that a lot of modders go to that extra time to put it in for those that do enjoy it though. So I'm not knocking the use of it. It's just not something I'm overly fussed about myself. Big T Farm saying, can you see your own map on Giant Said? We'll do that a bit later because we've got. So last 10 minutes before we finish up, I'll jump onto the other map. Hopefully it still loads. Right, what we can do is one thing I didn't actually show as well was the pizza production. So this was the new sell point, which in the video I forgot this was the actual sell point when I built it. I was building it as a purely decorative building, then I remembered after I put it down, I thought, hang on a minute, this has got like a trigger somewhere and it's just in front of these doors. So I changed this area so there's a little pull-in lay-by bit where you can pull in with a trailer to pick up the sell trigger. For some reason I completely forgot it was the actual sell point. So it's our restaurant, which is the what's it called? San Giovanni Neapolitan Pizza. So lots of pizza. Because next door we've got Ciobella Pizzeria. So this is the pizza production mod that was released recently. We're currently producing pizza margherita. So that's using flour, tomatoes, cheese and olive oil, all of which we was producing anyway. So that was a nice easy one to put in. I think I could do egg pizza fairly easy as well. Potato pizza I can't do because we don't have potatoes at the moment. So again, that's one I built in the stream time lapse before the last one. What I would really like is a placeable European style fuel station, because we don't have a fuel station anywhere on this map. I had the one on FS19 that came out and that's not been released yet. There is the US style one that I'll probably use on the Western Wilds. But I think on the Hobailer map this is the fuel station. It's just got a couple of fuel pumps in front of it. We're just using that as a supermarket. The drone mod, it's not a mod. I use the console command GS player flight mode, but if you're using easy developer controls mod, which is this on the F12 menu, if you go into here, no, it's this one. Yeah, you can turn on flight state here and then flight mode, so you can turn that on or off. Flight mode, when you turn that on, if you hit J on your keyboard it enables it, and then you use Q and E. Is it Q and E? Yeah, Q to go up, so once you've enabled it with J, and then E to go around, and then you can just move around as normal. So that's easy developer control mod. I always forget that I can do it that way, and I always put the console command in the developer controls, and then you can hit J again and it just goes back. There is also the player action cam, which works on your scroll wheel, but that brings out your chainsaw. The funny thing about this one is it only actually moves the camera, so your characters, although you can't see it, stays on the ground. So when you're flying around the map you kind of hit fences, so you can see the grass moving below me. So technically my character's still down on the ground, but the camera's just gone up in the air. So if you're trying to use this to walk around, you'll hit buildings and get stuck. It's like, I can't go through that building, that's it. So although you can raise the camera, it's not actually a proper flight mode. That one's good if you do yeah, hold down the right mouse button, you can zoom in. So if you want to do screenshots on the fly and you want to decrease the field of view, you can hold down the right mouse button, scroll in, and you can zoom in a bit to get some nice screenshots, and then just click, hold the right mouse button down and then click the mouse wheel, resets it back to normal. Clayton Hart, LA, a Metro SWAT officer now. You're from America? I thought you was from I thought you was a Metropolitan Police officer before, or SWAT officer. Have you moved to America? I haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Yeah, building. I forgot what I was going to do. Right, so trying to think what I was going to. I had something planned for you. So we could put the ice cream production in because I have no idea what it is, like exactly what's needed. But that was it released today, I think. So productions, factories. This is quite expensive though. It's like 120,000. So ice cream production. So I was thinking about putting this over here. I know I did say a bit earlier about utilising the other areas of the map, but I think this one will go nice here. So if we drop that down, so pallets spawn down this one side, and then the unload is here. So we get rid of the grass. This is one of the reasons why I don't use why I use the free landscaping mod. Somebody commented that on my video saying it's a bit cheaty. I'm like, I'd probably waste so much money because I always get rid of all the grass so I can see what I'm doing when I'm painting. TC Agri, are you allowed to convert any mods with the original modder's permission? Of course. I wouldn't know how to convert a mod. I mean, it's something you could look up fairly easy, but it depends on if it's a simple conversion or whether it needs retexturing. But yeah, if you find out the original mod creator and if they've got no plans on converting it and you know how to do it, you could ask for permission to convert it over. Obviously give them credit for the base of the mod, and you're obviously just give yourself credit for the conversion. Some modders allow other modders to do that if they've got no plans to convert it themselves. I tried to take the placeable create a placeable mod from the Hoe baler on map of the gas station. I got it into Giants Editor and started creating it, although I just couldn't get it to actually work properly. It kept, like, when I loaded it up in Giants Editor, it wasn't in the middle, it was like halfway across somewhere else. It was difficult to work on, so I need to work out how to get it into the right position. So we'll put a bit of concrete texture as like a sidewalk around this one. Well, that's probably a little bit bigger than I would have liked, but never mind. And that to about there. Also in the map update as well, there's loads more textures, alien gyms added, so we've got like paving, concrete blocks, concrete tiles texture as well, cobblestones. I think there's I think that was it. Was there a few more? Wet mud as well, which I think was a texture on No Man's Land on FS19. And I think, I can't remember if these are on, these are the Western Wilds textures, I think. I don't think these were on No Man's Land before, so I think he's added the, yeah, these are off the American map. So he's added all these as well from the American map. So loads more textures to play around with. Right, pallet spawn is there, so we don't need to come over there, so I can bring that a little bit further. And then we can have the entrance in this way. So let's clear a bit more grass so I can see. Yeah, the reason why I use the free textures, because the painting the meadow grass, which I only ever use for decoration, and the meadow grass is super expensive. It costs you thousands and thousands. especially when you're doing a map like this, I'd end up just not replacing the painted grass. If I was really doing this properly for trying to survive on here, there's certain things you just wouldn't waste money on. Fencing and landscaping is probably one of them. It's one of the reasons why early in the series I didn't put fences around like the spinnery or do much decorating, was the fact I couldn't justify spending money on fencing and decorative objects when I was struggling to get money to buy land and expand the farm. So I was going to waste like 50,000-60,000 on decorations and fencing, which aren't going to earn you any more money. Clay said he was in the armed response in the UK, now my job moved over to LA so I can do more work. Nice. Do you know Hondo? Antonio Carlos saying hello from Brazil. Hello to you and welcome to the stream. Let's just open that up a little bit more. May see about putting some sort of fence just across that little bit, if we can fit one in, if we can find one that's fairly suitable. Where's that one? Right, lost the one I was looking for. There we go. Kind of like a bit of chain link type fence. Right, I need to turn on zone interactive markers to exactly see how big that spawn area is. Interactive zone markers, where are you? Oh, I forgot I'm so far away from that building. Let me run over there, because a bit easier when I go back in build mode. I'm not halfway across the map. Oh yeah, so the spawn area comes right up to there for the pallet, so don't really want to put anything else in there. This is always one of those things I'll build in a video and then I'll come back to it after and make changes to, because I can never decide straight away. I always carry on thinking about what else I could add to it. So we've got the unload there, so we can kind of loop around fairly easy from that. So trying to think what else I would actually do to this. Maybe in this little square here we could add, if we go in generators, I'll put one of these in. Where is it? There we go. A cellular antenna. It generates 480 per month, so it won't take long to pay itself off. So put one of those in, and we can fence around that. Decorations, no. What do I want? Landscaping. Where are we? 10:30. So give it another 20 minutes and then we'll switch over to, I'll show you around the other map if I can get it to load okay. Dirt texture. What I'll do as well is, as we've got a bit of sidewalk down there, we'll sidewalk, I'm in America now. Pavement. Oh, this is why I always get rid of the grass, because it always goes where you don't want it to. It's difficult to see exactly where the texture is going. That's not the texture I wanted either. Oh, I want the grass. Landscaping, paint, plants, that's what I want. Star Rainbow got to go now. Have a good day. Well, thank you for stopping by the stream, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one, and enjoy the rest of your week. Tanal saying what is the green coloured greenhouse? I did say this earlier. It's that's part of the map under productions greenhouses. So that's the flower nursery. It's included in the No Man's Land map update that was released last week, along with the mushroom one. You may have missed it when I said earlier, when you asked. I don't know if Alien Jim plans on releasing these as separate mods. He may do. He may also update the Western Wilds with these on as well, but I have no idea what his plans are. Thomas Bailey saying, been watching for just over 2 weeks and love the videos, keep up the great work. Nice to see a video published just to watch live vids as well as a time lapse similar to Chainsaw and Daggering. Yeah, so I enjoy doing the live streams. I say I can interact with people, answer questions and stuff like that. It's difficult to do all that in a time lapse video. Right, painting, forget where I was then. Right, we'll continue this down here a bit. So I'll do to there. Get some more grass. Fill in that little bit. Right, see if we can get some fencing around that with a gate in. I think there is a small gate included in the one fence pack, which may work out perfectly. So this is from Agra Modding OST. That is a very small gate. I really wish the build snap mode worked on fencing because it's so annoying. One thing I usually do sometimes is use the F4 menu so you can line up the base of the thing with the lines. You can only access this though if you've got the easy developer, the development controls enabled in the XML file. So we want the double rod mat fence pack. So where is the double rod mat fence that goes with this gate? Is it that one? Nope. That one? Yep. Yeah, so if you go in F4, you can see the lines on the grid, so you can line up fences a bit easier. Although it doesn't always quite work. What is that? Ah. There we go. And then usually I just kind of try and roughly follow the texture on the ground. Go back. No. Kind of went a bit too far in there with the grass. I'll just put the grass back in around that. We need a sign pack so we can put some like warning signs up around and road signs. I think that's one thing I don't think is available on Mod Hub yet, is like a European style road sign pack, other than the ones I've got in build mode, which are like temporary ones. I think they come under miscellaneous. So I've got these ones you can put, but they're also like temporary ones that you can put around. I think there is a road sign pack mod available on one site. Well, I don't think there's one on Mod Hub, because being able to put some road signs about would be pretty cool. Yeah, I've got the multiplayer sign pack on Calmlands, and I've got the US style forestry mod pack as well. Right, we'll leave that there because I want to have a look at the other map. We'll see what this actually needs. So where is the trigger? Because I have no idea what we actually need for this one. Okay, I think I've got an issue with this mod and something else, because I've got the same problem I had with the pumps and hoses where I can no longer scroll. Yeah, I'm now stuck in my menu. Oh, well, that was a bad idea. Yeah, now I can no longer quit out my... Right, now I'm completely stuck in this menu. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, production revamp doesn't like the ice cream production. Heads up if anybody's not tried it yet. Don't build the ice cream production if you've got production revamp enabled on your map. Oh, right. I'm going to save it now, just so I don't lose any progress. But I think I may have to delete that until something changes. Right. So we won't be doing ice cream production. I don't want to mess up my save game. Well, that was fun. That was a waste of time. I'll have to find something else I can put in here now. I don't think I've got anything else at the moment that would fit, other than maybe putting down the sell all containers as another sell point, possibly. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to build up there, was the donut sell point. I know this is the same as the bakery, but I thought if I built it a bit further down here, it wouldn't look so noticeable that it's the same building. This is just a purely sell point that comes with a donuts production mod. American style diner we could put in somewhere. Well, I may leave those till next time now, because they're coming up to 22:11 now. I could put another shop sell point. No, which is the one we've got, the stone. Yeah, so what I wanted to do, the ice cream shop comes with its own sell point as well, which is the same as the restaurant but slightly different texturing. So I was considering putting that one this side. Obviously until that mod gets or the production revamp gets another update, or the ice cream production gets an update, don't think I'll be using that. The castle, I don't know if that's available as a placeable yet. It's not in Alien Jim's pack. Decorative buildings. No, if I got actually go in the others. So there's not many placeables I've found, kind of like the castle or anything. Just trying to find where all the buildings are. So my plan for down here was if I can find the buildings. Where are they? Yeah, so I was going to build some of these like kind of houses along here. And have some like strip of houses along here, and then probably just do this bit of some trees, and then do those other that other sell point in that corner, and then maybe some more houses across there. And then what I was considering doing was just planting some trees up across the back of there as well, and then across the back of here, and then have this area here as another field down to the road. so it wouldn't be a big field, but then try and put some more stuff. But I've been struggling to find some more decorative buildings and objects that really fit. There's the sweet shop that was on FS19, could also add back in somewhere. There's like the apartment building. Oh, these are the ones as well that I was going to consider putting in down here. Kind of along here, just to have some more housing. That's just similar to what that one is, but this one's just a decorative building. That one's an actual sell point. That one I've already got there, which is that. And then the other stuff is all just actual farmhouse buildings. Yeah, I think most of the others are actual farmhouses, but you can now build multiple farmhouses on a map. If you're not aware of that, that was, I think, in the last game update. They removed the one farmhouse per map limit, so you can build as many farmhouses as you like, have as many sleep triggers around the map as you like. So I probably will be adding some more of these, but they are quite expensive. Especially when I'm only using it for a decorative object. 200 grand to spend on a decorative house is a bit pricey. I'd like a bigger main house, so I could replace my house with something a bit bigger. Yeah, housing on the hills was another thing I wanted to do on FS. Right, so I've never explained this before, because obviously I wasn't doing live streaming or stuff back then. But over here on FS19, somewhere at the back on one of these hills, I was going to build off the side of the hill, but because they had the on Wilhelmina Forest, there was the mod that had the big lettering, placeable letters, and I had marina on that like little boating area type thing I built. So across the hills here, I was going to do like a Hollywood Hills no man's land sign using those, and then have some big luxury houses that overlook no man's land up in the hills. And I never got round to doing it, which was one of those annoying things that I never did, that I planned on doing. So I think it was up here on this bit. So I was going to level it off a bit, have some houses that overlook like the map, and then have the big sign up there saying no man's land. That's the kind of thing I may still do on here after the series is finished. I may still do some live streams on here, adding a bit more detailing and adding more things to it. Because there was so much more I wanted to do on 19 that I never got round to doing. So I think you forget really, like you've got all this down here that is actually part of the map. That's, I mean, I don't know what you really use this bit down here for. But it would be cool to do that if I could find some like decent housing to do it. Oh, I don't think that big placeable letters is available either. So I'd have to like put a road in, winding up the hillside. Wilhelmina overwhelmed me with the logging. Yeah, Wilhelmina, I enjoyed Wilhelmina, but often at times I didn't like it because I just felt like there was too many trees. It was just like every time I went on there, it was like I wanted to put a new field in. It was like I've got a few hours of logging I need to do before I can create a new field. And sometimes it did get a bit tiresome playing on the map because of that. Right, so I think we'll call it quits on here tonight, and we'll go over to the other map. TC saying another donut factory. Possibly. Yeah, so maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do another stream on here where we could do some more building that I probably wouldn't do in this street in the videos. I'll just have to go mod hunting and see if there's any suitable mods. So yeah, we'll call it quits for this evening. One other thing I want to put in here as well is like a small park area. Like a community plaza type little area. I know there is the mod as well for the placeable decorative people. But when I went to download that, I got a error, a warning not to download from that site. So I've got this little park area that I kind of made because I didn't know what else to do with this. So this is just a few placeable rocks, and then I brought up the ground level roughly to the height of the rocks and put a few stone pines in there. Sunk the ground down here for a little bit of water for a little pond with a bench on. I meant to show this at last stream as well because somebody asked about it and I forgot to do it. And then we've got a little children's play area. A couple of benches. There is actually, while we're here, there is some more stuff, decorative items that came out. No, decoration, others. I do have these road signs, but these are off a mod. Which I can't remember where I got from. But I don't think they there's something wrong with them. And I keep meaning to disable them. I can't remember where they came from. But it doesn't have all the road signs, so there's no which signs am I looking for? Yeah, there's something not there anyway. There's a stop sign and stuff, but there's not speed limit signs and stuff. Yeah, ice cream cart. As we can't do ice cream production, we'll put an ice cream cart in. So the people at the park can get an ice cream at least. Maybe Barbara, when she's taking the time off from the store, she can come down and get an ice cream. Let's have a look what else there was. There's one of the decorative object mods. Oh, snowman in April. Put a beach towel down. Sunbathing by the lake. Oh, look. What's that? A snack stand. What are decorative flip-flops? I never even noticed those before. Decorative sunglasses and flip-flops. Okay. Completely never seen those before. I did actually on the house. This save game, the map from this save game from this will be up soon. I think the last one was from episode 109. I did put a little boat in the end of their garden that goes onto the lake. A garden shed as well with a lawnmower. A table and chairs and a barbecue at the back of that. Oh, I did put that bike as well with the little canoe thing and some lights on that house. I really want to change my house because I think it's a little bit inadequate now for how much money we're making. I mean, we've got 1.5 million. We're living in this tiny little alpine style house. Alright, let's call it quits for No Man's Land and see if we can get this other one to load up before we finish up for this evening. Please can you say my name? Peter? I don't know how you say that one. Apologies if I said it wrong. So Korea. Where is it? Oh, I'm looking for the save game. I don't have a save game on it. Right. So this is a first sneak peek. I don't know. This map will probably never ever get released, but you can have a sneak peek, maybe, if I can find it. If it's still on here. Where is it? Oh. Okay. So for some reason I don't have it anymore. Right, bear with me a second. Let me put you on be right back. BRB. I'm still here, but I need to just quit out the game and see if I can see if it's still in my mod folder. I may have taken it out, or it's maybe the mod thing's not up to date. Let me see if it's still in here. Sim Farmer. Don't think it is. Oh, right. I just need to add it to my mod folder. If I can remember where I've put it. I've lost it. Where have I put that? Oh, I know where it is. It's in Documents, FS22 Mods, Sim Farmer Map, Copy, My Games, Mods, Paste. There we go. Sim Farmer Map is now in the game. Big T Farmer saying thank you. And thank you. Then you talk details, adding sunglasses to park bench. Somebody left their sunglasses. Right. Put that one back on. Oh, it's playing the intro again. Right, we are back in the game. So if I go empty slot, new farmer. I have created a thing for it. If it shows up. There we go. Sim Farmer map. Sim Farmer test map. That's my thumbnail. That's pretty much all I've built so far. Deselect all mods because I don't want to load any mods because I don't know if it'll work with every mod, and I don't want to go through disabling mods. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've done is put a gas station down and a few houses and a bit of road that's not finished and some trees, but it's a start. So welcome to Sim Farmer map. Right, let's buy a vehicle. Oh, go cars. Can take you for a 30-second drive. Jeremy Van Uwick, thank you very much for the subscription. Vic, I'm not sure how you pronounce your name, but thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Cars. I'll just go for the John Deere Gator. So you can buy vehicles. There is no PDA or anything yet, like obviously all that have to be done once you've finished the map. But there is a store trigger and a repair point, animal dealer trigger as well. So that's all working. A lot of texturing needs doing on the roads. I need to work out how to do that properly. Actually, if we drive around the end of the road. So yeah, this is my rough Giants Editor progress so far. So all of this has been done in Giants Editor. So obviously none of this has been done in game. So we've got a road that comes round here. I just randomly started building in an area of the map. So here's our gas station, and the road continues down there. So there's no triggers yet or anything. Obviously a lot more detailed decoration to be added around here. The triggers, getting all those to work. And I was thinking of adding a workshop trigger as well around here. But I'm thinking if I do finish it, it'll be more like a no man's land. So there may be some buildings up in this little section, like a little small town area, and then the rest of the map will be open with patches of forest, so you can do what you want. So over here we've got the little lake with a little jetty, so no lifeguards on duty, so don't fall in. A little rowboat. So this is all of these have just been taken from the Elm Creek map. So they've just been like imported from Elm Creek. So the little life ring. Somebody's in trouble. Oh, it's a life ring that doesn't float. Whoops. And then we've got a couple of houses down here that kind of like overlook the lake, or lake pond, I should say. And then this road carries on. So the idea was to have a few more houses dotted along this road, and then this eventually, as it winds around, would eventually like link back up with this road over here, if I can get it to to link up. And then there'll be literally, the idea would be to have this road that comes in off the edge of the map, and it was like one road like this that just goes across the middle of the map, sort of, with a small area where it would have the sawmill. So this only goes down to there, and at the moment it's just flat. There's nothing else on the map. So that road would continue down, have a small area that comes off with a sawmill that would only be there in new farmer mode. So you can like start off with the sawmill on the map. So yeah, that's my sim farmer map so far. Obviously it'd be a little more forestry. I'd just like the idea of coming round. So forestry all down the sides of here, so it's quite heavy forest. And then you come round through the trees into a little town area. So that's it. That's my map so far. But technically I could actually do a series on this. And then just build up the rest of the map in game. I just wouldn't have a PDA or an actual visible map. So I'd have to create all that. But yeah, I'd love to get a bit more time so I could do a bit more work on here. Build up this area, and then just need to consider a name for it. But it's quite fun doing the little joint editor stuff. So that's a little micro tour of the Sim Farm test map. We can't even buy fuel, not yet. Where are we? So yeah, we are pretty much 11 o'clock now, so we'll end it there. So a big thank you to everyone that's watched this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. If you have, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I really do appreciate that. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing. We've got plenty more Farm Simulator 22 content with the Let's Plays. Let's Plays on Sim Farmer Plus, I should say. Excuse me again. Yeah, so Sim Farmer Plus, if you've not checked that out, I will quickly put a link in. That's where I'm currently doing my Calmsden Farm Let's Play series. No, wrong one. SF Plus. So check that out if you want to see some videos with me talking on rather than just music for the time lapses. Then check out Sim Farmer Plus. I haven't posted a video for over a week, but I do hope to get a new one up before the end of this week. Arbitrary Hubris, thank you very much for becoming a farm manager. I really appreciate the extra support, and welcome to the Sim Farmer family. If you're not in my Discord, I will post a new link, because I think the other one's expired in the community tab. It expires after 7 days. So if you are a Discord user, I will put a new link in for any other new channel members as well. That'll be a community post on my main channel page. So if you are a channel member and you're not aware I do have a Discord, then check out the community tab. There will be a link there for members only for the Discord link. Ina saying thank you for the stream, have a good night. Thank you for watching. TCO saying bye, Sim, stay safe. Arbitrary Hubris saying great stream, thank you. Tana saying what time do you want to finish Sim Farmer map? Or what time do I want to finish it? Sometime. Big T Farm saying the Western Wild State. Yeah, it's the one off Elm Creek. So everything on here is taken from the Elm Creek map. So this is the US gas station on Elm Creek, which is also on Western Wilds. Alien Jim uses on Western Wilds as well. It is slightly different because I've moved the the actual signs on there. So the actual slight layout, and I've changed the fencing. It looks like I've got a decal that's slightly glitching through the ground that needs sorting out. Just there. I think that may just be a little bit too low. It's not for showing up right. But yeah, big thank you to everyone that's watched. We'll be back on Calmlands next Tuesday at 8 PM UK time, 9 PM Central European time for the next stream on Calmlands. I don't know, I may do another stream on No Man's Land next week as well. We'll see. If I'm struggling for time for videos, then we'll see next week. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.